Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Forza Horizon 4 video where today we are taking a look at the brand new Honda Civic Type R. Now this thing came to this game this year earlier on in a Forzathon. I ended up getting it, and a lot of people, a lot of you guys at least, want this car. Now there is no way to get it unless you go on the auction house, I believe, and pay ridiculous amounts of money for it. So hopefully it does come back for a Forzathon in the future. However, if you do want this car, keep checking into the auction house every so often because you might find one at a very low price. So I actually end up having one. I might give this one away to some of you guys depending on in the future if I want to use it or not, or if it actually comes back as a Forzathon. But what I'm going to do in this video is go over the full customization that you can do to it. We're going to put a sick design or wrap on it, and then we're also going to bring it for a top speed run with a little bit of a drive. So I'm going to jump out of here. We're going to take a look at it actually completely opened up. Now, as you can see, it is a hatch as well, so everything opens all the way from the back end here. All four doors. This one is the 4-door, which is the 2018. I think the previous model, 2016, only came in a 2-door. There's your engine right there. It's actually a very sick looking engine. Good job, Honda. You got your carbon fiber in there. Very nice. Let's take a quick look at the interior. Now the seats in here are actually really cool. We got some racing bucket seats there. And I love the red accents everywhere as well. As very cool. It's a manual car, which is awesome. And of course, a little bit more carbon fiber. So this is basically a Honda Civic on steroids. That's basically what it is. So I love the big wing on the back as well. That makes it look very cool. So yeah, this thing is pretty decked out. We're going to go ahead. We're actually going to go over to upgrades and tuning. We're going to just show you basically what you can do appearance-wise and then maybe conversion-wise. Everything else is very basic, just like every other car. We're not going to go into that either because we're actually going to tune the car with someone else's tune. So no point on buying our own parts. I believe I've already had this car like fully decked out at one point in time. So I think I own all these parts anyway, so it shouldn't cost me much money. But let's take a look at what conversion options you can do. Number one is the engine. So you can change the stock engine to a 1.6 liter i4 turbo rally engine. So that sounds pretty cool. I have no idea what sort of engine that is. And then we have the conversion drivetrain as well. So right now it's front wheel drive. We can make it rear wheel and then of course all wheel if we wanted to. Now the all wheel is probably the way I'm going to go. So that's the tune I'm going to look for unless we can get a sick rear wheel drive tune as well. So jumping out of that, we're going to go over to the appearance package. Hopefully for this car, because it is like a tuner, like a racer. I hope there's a lot of appearance packages, like parts that you can put on it. But just coming in here, it does not look like there is. It looks like the bumper, you can put just the standard splitter with the tow hitch. And then, of course, for the rear wing, I'm sure, let's take a guess, it's the Forza GT wing. Actually, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the Forza GT wing. It's also another ridiculous wing that I'm not going to put on there though. This one actually looks really fitting to the car, so I'm going to leave it stock. Hopefully the tune that we download keeps the stock one because I really like it. Jumping into the new tunes or find new tunes, we have a couple different options here. Now the one we're trying to go for is the fastest speed. So this one is so far the fastest. It's 8.2. We have some that are very close at 8. This one's 8.2, so probably the same one as this very first one I ended up seeing. There's very little differences. That might be the one I go with because I'm assuming it does not have the big wing that I don't want on there. There was one I downloaded a long time ago that was just, it was not good. It was fast, but just everything they did to it, all the way down to the white walls on the tires, the wing, the front splitter, like everything just looks so bad. So what I want to do is probably download that very first one. Actually, no, the second one right here that still has the speed of 8.2, just a little bit down in performance stats. It's 9. I forget what it was. It was like 1 point lower though. 14 grand. Normally this will probably cost you anywhere between 80 and 110,000 credits to actually fully deck it out for a tune. But because again I own most of the parts, it doesn't cost me a single thing. Well, 14 grand I guess it cost me, but to me that's not too much. So quickly jumping out of here, going into Forza Vista, we'll take a quick look at it. The Wing did not change, the tires did not change, and I don't think the front changed at all either. Actually, yes it did. So we added the front splitter and that tow hitch, but that's completely fine. It looks great on this car. Let's go down to designs and paints. I'm going to show you guys just some of your guys' designs or maybe someone else's that you can choose from. And then I'll probably end up going with just a standard stock color from the manufacturer. But lots of crazy designs here, lots of talent in these designs as well. I make very, very basic designs. If you've seen my videos before, you know, but a lot of these are very, very detailed. So jumping into paint car, because I'm not going to use any of those, we'll go ahead and paint the body. So not too many manufacturer colors, but we do have 5 total to choose from. We have the white, we have the red, which actually looks really cool, the blue, the black, and of course like a darker gray. Now I honestly like the gray, I do like the blue, I like every single color on this car actually, even the white because it has those red accents making it stand out a lot. But the one color I am going to go with is probably the silver. Of course, if you don't like that, like the darker gray silver, then you can go with any other color that you want. Could you imagine making it like a lime green? That would be pretty insane. Or a purple or a pink or something. Definitely not doing any of that. Would it be beneficial to make this like a carbon fiber hood? And I don't think it would, to be honest. I don't think that really fits in. I don't like how the hood comes all the way down just above the fender there. The mirrors I can definitely make carbon fiber. And then maybe that wing too. Maybe I can make the wing carbon fiber. You know what? I am going to leave it stock. I think it has a little bit of carbon fiber on the top there. Is that carbon fiber there, or is that just the body color? I'm not too sure because of the lighting, but either way, I'm going to leave that the same color as the body. Of course, we can change these wheels up. I like the idea of having that the red accents on that tire. Of course, we can change that as well. There's 4 different options that we can change the color for on this, actually. I'm not going to mess around with them. I like the stock ones, and it's just going to take way too much time. And of course, with every single car, we got to make those windows completely tinted. So I honestly love that. That is a car that I would actually rock in real life. I'm going to go ahead, save to current car. We're going to take this thing out because it's fully decked out now. We're going to take it out of the garage, go for a drive all the way up to the highway, where we can push this thing to its max limits. On the first try, we'll go uphill, and then on the second try, we'll go downhill to see if we can get a little bit faster of a time. But here we go. We're going to jump out of here. It is pretty snowy in the map, so this car may be sliding all over the place. I didn't actually get a chance to check out if it was all-wheel drive, rear wheel, or front wheel. So if it's front wheel, then that's pretty decent. If it's all-wheel, that's great. And if it's rear wheel, good luck. There we go. So we are in the main map. I'm going to quickly check out the interior while we're sitting in here. That looks very, very cool. Now, the idling of this car actually sounds pretty good as well. I'm going to make a couple revs here. Oh! Do you hear that? That sounds really good. It looks like we have 3 different exhaust tips down at the bottom of the back of the car. And it's making a beautiful sound. This is actually a really, really nice car. Let me know down in the comments if you guys would rock this car in real life. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull up the map right here. I kind of know the way to it, but I want to get to this roundabout so we can go all the way down, or flip a U-turn and go all the way back up. And that will basically end it here. But I'm going to quiet down for a bit. That way you guys can hear the sound of the car while it's actually driving. And of course, with the sound that it's already making, you definitely want to be listening to that. You can hear the whining of the engine too. That's sick. That sounds really, really good. I'm very impressed. Alright, so we're making it down to the road here. We'll avoid this little wooden whatever barrier. Man, I really like this car. This is growing on me, especially in the sun there. Look at that. Is this a single turbo or is this a twin turbo? I don't know what this one has. Stock-wise, I think it's just a single turbo. No, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. Let me know if you guys know. Let me know down in the comments whether this is a single turbo stock or a twin turbo. This guy is trying to go in front of me. Get the heck out of my way. Damaging my car like that. To me, it sounds like it's a single turbo right now. Alright, so we're making our way up to the highway here. I'm going to kind of pull over, do a couple more revs because it, like the... Oh, you guys are going flying. Thanks for damaging my car. I mean, I guess it is my fault. I was going the wrong way. But I'm going to do a couple revs, listen to the crackles and the sound of this engine. See if we can actually get this to spit some flames. That would be sick. It's a very, very nice sounding car. So here we go. We're going to get the rev limiter up to the 7,000 or 8,000 RPM. And we're just going to launch it. My guess is we're probably going to hit like 220 to 230 miles an hour. If we get more than that, I would be very, very impressed. By 215, 217. So I think I'm going to be right on the money. 230. And we have a full another gear, but we're going off-roading here. Oh boy. There we go. We kind of recovered. Of course, we are way down in the speed. We did hit 230, hitting like 6th or 7th gear. I think this thing is only a 6-speed. So I think we're at 6 speeds, or the 6th gear, and we were doing 230 miles an hour. So that's pretty good, not gonna lie. For a cheap car like this, well, in this game actually it's super, super expensive because it's very rare. However, for it to be freaking going that fast for 230 miles an hour in 6th gear at the beginning of 6th gear, that's very, very impressive. Let's see what we can get up to. I'm assuming that we could probably get up to 240 now. We're going downhill, so hopefully we can do that. As long as we're avoiding all this traffic and not crashing at all into the barriers, we should be able to get up to a pretty high speed, I hope. I got faith. I got high faith in this car. We're 230 miles an hour right now, 231. I think 231 was the highest I went. The turning radius when you're going that fast is not very good. You kind of just want to go, or it just wants to go straight, so 231, that's my final verdict on the fastest speed I can get this car. I can probably push it a little bit more, do like 235 as a max. But let me know down in the comments if you guys have got this car anywhere over 231 miles per hour. Let me know what sort of mod or who actually tuned your car, and I'll download it and I will try and get that speed as well. You might need a little bit more of a straight runway as well. Maybe that's the deciding factor with the same tune, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, guys, that is this car. If you guys can get your hands on this car, not only for the fact that it is a very fun car to drive and it looks awesome as well, but it's a very expensive car. So if you get it for cheap, you can flip it and make a lot of money on it as well. So if you guys do want this one as well, let me know down in the comments. Maybe in the future, within the next couple weeks, I'll decide, you know what, to pick one of you guys and ask you for your gamer tag. Then we'll set up a time for you to actually get this car off me. But that's going to wrap this video up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And just like that, this video is over. I will see you guys on the next one.